Hello! It's Mike. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of MikeMGTV, and today's another episode of Bar Talk. In one of my recent videos, I asked you guys if you needed help ordering drinks, because apparently it's not common knowledge like I thought it was. Apparently some of you don't know how to walk into a bar and order a drink. And guess what, baby? That's fine. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help the world one cocktail at a time. Because I'm a globally disgraced celebrity bartender that has already filmed this video already. So halfway through it, I'm just gonna be Sailor Moon transforming into a different version of me. Cheers, let's get this over with again. Before we get into it, let me remind you all to subscribe! What are you doing? Subscribe! I put videos out twice a week! Hello? Yelling at people. That's exactly how not to get their attention. We'll get to that. Let's start. The first piece of advice I need to give you when getting a bartender's attention is very simple. The more you do, the worse it'll be. Let me show you exactly what not to do. Don't wave at me like this. Don't snap in my face. Don't shout at me. Hey! Hey! And for the love of God, don't ever fucking throw something at your bartender. Someone actually did this to me once, and I'm not kidding when I say I leapt over that bar. They literally took their hand, picked up a handful of my fucking limes, and threw it at me when my back was turned when I was putting in people's drinks. And really thought I was gonna give them something. I'll tell you what I'll give you, my fucking fist up your ass, you dick. Speaking of touching my fruit, here's a tip, don't. This is not a buffet, okay? This is not a fruit salad. These fruits are going in people's cocktails. And you think you're gonna come over and put your grubby little hands in there, just ask. I'll give you whatever you want. My hands are clean. I don't know where you are, doing a bump, putting your fingers in people's asses. It's disgusting. I mean, I used to do that too, but I've changed. None of that will help you get the bartender's attention. If it does get their attention, it's bad attention, and it will actually prevent them from coming to you. Would you want to go to that kind of person? No. It's basic respect. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people we want to work with. Who do you want to work with when you're at work? The people screaming at you, being annoying as fuck? I didn't think so. What you should do to get the bartender's attention is make sure you're visible and keep eye contact. That's annoying. Is it broken? Making eye contact with the bartender is like the universal symbol that says, I'm ready. And baby, I hope you're douche because I'm coming. Another way to catch our attention and let us know that you're ready is to have your money ready. Please don't be the person who has to go through their purse or their pockets or their wallet or wherever you keep your crumpled up bills, or worse, change. People have actually done this, where one by one they're throwing out crumpled bills, change, counting them. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk away from you and let you do your thing until you're ready. Oh, Michael, that's such bad customer service. That's being so rude. No. They're being rude to the 150 other people that are waiting for a fucking cocktail. They're wasting my time and everyone else is in the fucking bar. I would rather have one person be mad at me than everybody else. What I always recommend is just take out a 20. Does 20 seem like a lot? Let me break it down. I know maybe in other parts of the world or the country, drinks are much less expensive than maybe a metropolitan area like I'm used to. These prices I'm about to go over are strictly for big cities. Because I remember when I worked in like a college bar in South Carolina, mixed drinks were like $2. In New York and Los Angeles, they quickly become at least $15, $17. Even the shots are a minimum of $10. And if you're in Vegas, that's quickly going up. You could pay $21 for a vodka soda in Vegas. It's insane. The only thing I've experienced being less than $10 in a metropolitan city is maybe a beer. So with tip in mind, I always say hold out a 20 because you're probably not gonna spend less than $10, but you'll be able to get change for the tip because it's most likely not gonna be more than 20 if it's only one cocktail. If you're not using cash and you're using your card, that's fine. Wait a minute, let me use something. I'm not showing you guys my debit card because I know y'all fucking smart and you're gonna steal my information. I don't have much. I got this Crunch membership card. This is gonna work just fine. You know what you don't wanna do? Hear that? Is that annoying? Really? You wanna come over and talk to me when I'm doing this? I didn't think so. Don't click-clack this on the fucking bar. It's annoying. It's very simple. Like I said, I just need to see that you're ready. So all you gotta do, just this. Hold it. Don't put it in my face like a dick. Just casually, you know. I'm ready whenever you are. Then I'm gonna come to you. Got it? Good, great. Now you got my attention. Now I'm here, I'm ready to work for you. My advice, know what you want. Or at least have a general idea. Now, good bartenders can fish these things out, so it's not as critical, but if you wanna help the bartender out, have an idea of your flavor palette. You don't need to know every cocktail in the book to tell the bartender what things you think taste good. Do you like things to be sweet, or do you like them to be a little more tart? Do you want a drink where you could taste the alcohol, or do you want it to be more masked? Do you want something with juice? Do you want something with soda? Are you on a diet? Do you want it to be less calories? Do you want less shit floating around in it? What do you want? The only thing I can't help you with is figuring out your base liquor. That I recommend doing before you go to a bar. Who goes to a bar to have their first drink ever? That's weird to me. And the only reason I'm saying that is not to be a dick. It's because if you ask for vodka and you don't like vodka, guess what, sweetie? You still have to pay for that drink. I don't care if you don't like it. I made it. You now have to pay for it. And you can go on and say in the comments, Mike, you're a bad bartender. You shouldn't be dealing with people. I'm not anymore. I've elevated to the point where I don't gotta deal with people anymore because you people are fucking stupid. And I can say that because you don't tip me. I do this. So go ahead, leave a comment. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters, bitch? Get out of here. I just don't want you to waste your money. Like, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help the bartender and help you save your fucking money. Like, don't lie to me and tell me you don't know what you like and what you don't like. You're a fucking adult. That's why you're in the bar. Oh, you want me to hold your hand? Come here, I'll hold your hand. Psych, bitch, that hand should have a drink in it. Don't say something sweet because I'm just gonna give you something pink. And don't say anything with bourbon because if you don't like what I give you, and then you try to bitch and complain, it's your fault. Now, like I said, a good bartender knows to ask those questions, but don't ask for something vague and then be mad when you don't get a meticulous result. Let's say you know what you want. Amazing. Just tell me all at once. I'm a big boy. Okay, I can remember your big order. Oh, your order is so big. I don't know if I can handle it. Trust me. What you don't want to do is waste my time. Time is the most precious thing to a bartender because the more time you take up, the less money I'm making. That's very simple. We could all empathize with that, right? I don't come to your job and cause you to make less money. No? Great. So the best thing you could do for me is not waste my time. And you know how this is wasting my time? I'll tell you right now. Pretend you tell me you want a vodka soda. No problem. I go make you your vodka soda, then I come back and you go, actually, can I get one more? Sure, no problem. I could have made it while I was pouring the other drink at the same time, but no problem, let me go get that. Actually, now we also want tequila shots. Okay, I was just at my well. I could have just done that all at the same time, but sure, let me go get the tequila shots. Actually, now we also want a Cosmo. Bitch! Now you get nothing. We're not dumb. You don't know why that bartender's there. You don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. That could very much so not be their only job. I remember when I was in school getting my master's and working in marketing in New York City, I also bartended to make ends meet because my first salary was not very high. And the kitchen got someone's order wrong. Not me, the kitchen. But of course, I was the punching bag. And this woman, this sinister, because I have nothing else to say, but looks at me and goes, maybe if you weren't so fucking stupid, you could have stayed in school and you wouldn't have to be a bartender right now. All right. The biggest mistake you can ever make in life is to order a drink after insulting a bartender. Because I went straight to the back and mixed her drink with a straw that was slathered in my nut juice. And I don't mean I came on it. Like I took the straw, one leg up, and I took it and went from back to front and stirred that cocktail. Sip it, bitch. I should never be in customer service. Thank God the health department can't find me now. Also, try to remember when you're ordering a cocktail, how you order it is also very important. You always want to start with the liquor and end with the mixer. It's not a pineapple tequila, it's a tequila pineapple. It's not a cranberry vodka, it's a vodka cranberry. And you can argue with me all you want, but I dare any bartender in the comments to say they disagree. And also remember, your bartender's not trying to cheat you on your cocktail. What you're paying for is a set amount of liquor. I'm not gonna make it weaker, and I'm not gonna make it stronger. If you want it to be stronger, that's fine. You can get a double and pay for it. I don't care how much you're willing to tip me. Your $2 tip is not worth my job. And whenever people think we're making their drinks weak, unless you're being an asshole who's being cut off, we're not making your drinks weak. I don't know who told people that this was a thing. We get nothing out of that. The drink is the same price. There's that video on TikTok with a big piece of ice in it and everybody thinks they're getting cheated and the lawyer's like, call me and we will sue. You're an idiot. No, you won't. You're not gonna sue shit and you're spreading misinformation. Let's say that cocktail's $14. It's served like that specifically to keep the liquor cool and the ice won't dilute it because it won't melt that fast, and that's why it's a big piece of ice, because it melts less quickly. It has a large surface. That's the science. I'm doing it smart. Say you take out the ice. Say I change the glass. I'm gonna give you a rocks glass. And now that full drink is only full this much. Guess what? Still $14. You're now just drinking something that is worse. Congrats, you won. Next thing you might want to do is brush up on some bartender slang. Be able to talk with the bartender. For example, when you ask for something up, that means that you want it without ice. It will probably be shaken or stirred on ice, but when it's served, it's just straight up in the glass. However, if you want something on the rocks, then it is served on ice, the ice being the rock. If you want something with a twist, that is referencing the garnish. A twist is usually either a lemon or an orange peel that's twisted and then dropped into your cocktail. More or less, basically. If you want a cocktail Gibson, that means there's an onion in it. For example, I like to make gin Gibson martinis because onions as a garnish in a gin martini, fire. Where on the other hand, if you want a cocktail dirty, that means there's olive juice in it. I prefer my vodka martinis to be dirty. If you want a cocktail dry, and this used to trip me up when I first started bartending, that means you want less vermouth in there. So if you want a martini dry, that either means you want less or no vermouth in there, which ends up just being like a really nice glass of straight vodka. It confused me because I thought if you said something was dry, you'd want it to have more dry vermouth. I thought that just made sense in my head, but it turns out I was an idiot. If you're at a restaurant or a restaurant bar, or the bar's not busy, there might be a menu. Sometimes a bar has a menu, and sometimes there's a little topper thing on the bar. I don't know what they're called. It's like a little thing sticking up on the bar with a few cocktails on it. But now it's 2022. Times have changed. Instead, there's a barcode. Scan it with your phone, there's your menu. If it's busy, we don't have a menu. I don't care if we do. We don't have one. I used to walk around at the Abbey and throw the menus in the trash. We don't have them. Sorry, it's past 8 o'clock. What do you need to see? Everything on that menu I'm not making. You want a Cocoa Rio? You can Cocoa these nuts. You can have a vodka soda or rum and Coke like everybody else. Stop! Transform. Is this a place where a bartender is gonna be more like a mixologist and they can make me a fancy cocktail? Is this a wine bar where people know stuff about wine? Because that's very different. Don't go into a dive bar and ask for a cocktail that requires lavender syrup and edible flowers. I wouldn't recommend walking into a club and asking what notes the red wine has. They're not gonna know. Most of those people are only hired because they have abs or big tits. If you're in a club or a bar that's insanely busy and the bartenders are running around like chickens with their heads cut off trying to get to everybody and you ask for a cocktail that's gonna take 20 minutes, the answer is gonna be we're out. Is that good customer service? No. Is that wrong? Absolutely. Does it happen anyway? Yes. If you're at a restaurant, by all means, order that mojito, bitch. Mojitos are fucking sickening. I love mojitos. But I hate when people order fucking mojitos. They're time consuming and the mint gets everywhere. If it's raspberries, forget about it. My tin is fucked. Or like a Bloody Mary at 11 p.m. Who's ordering a Bloody Mary at 11 p.m.? I'm just gonna consider you're really fucked up and you need to be cut off. Get out of my bar. I'm sorry. I know it's gonna piss people off, but this is just what this is it. I'm not gonna lie to you. You could yell at me all you want and tell me how that's wrong. I'm telling you what the bartenders are gonna think. You can yell at me all you want. I don't work in the bar anymore. I'm doing this. I still remember to this day, back when I used to bartend, someone asked me for 17 raspberry mojitos. I just responded no. Now you have your drink. Amazing! You did it. You knew, you figured it out, you ordered your drink. Now all you have to do is one final thing. Just one easy peasy teensy weensy little thing. It's the smallest little thing. It's the easy peasy little teensy weensy thing. You gotta pay for it. And if you can't tip, then you can't afford the drink. Fight me. Fight me. You can fight. If your bartender's a fucking asshole, if he's a piece of shit, if he's a scum of the fucking earth, don't tip him. That's fine. I'm not fighting with you there. But the drink doesn't need to make you come for a tip. Oh, hello everyone not in the US who's getting ready to leave a comment about how outside in the States, it's not customary to tip. Congratulations, you make a livable wage bartending. In the US, bartenders are making probably like $2 an hour, maybe unless they live in California. In New York City, we were making $2 an hour. So without tips, they're not getting paid. That's the United States. It's great here, thanks. But before even getting to the tip, let's talk about just paying for the base price. I don't care if you can't afford it. I really don't. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't have ordered it. That's not my fault. Please don't yell at me because you can't afford this drink. I'm so sorry. I didn't make the prices. Just like the server didn't come up with the prices for the burger and the person in retail didn't set the prices for that shirt you wanted. I just work here and I'm trying to do my job. I'm sorry you're from Nebraska and a cocktail costs $2. We're in Los Angeles. The cocktail's probably now $15. I didn't make the prices. You are free to email management, but I can guarantee you they are going to ignore it. Here's the bill. Go away. I also suggest to make your life and my life easier, if you plan on ordering multiple drinks, just open a tab. That way for the rest of the night, you don't have to waste time paying and signing and all that kind of crap. You just say, put it on my tab, I put it on your tab, but please remember to get your card at the end of the night. And then when I give it to you, it's much easier to figure out what the tip is because you just put 20% on it if you're happy with the service. If the service was just standard, 15 is fine. 20% is nice, 20% is nice. 15% fine. And when you're paying for a check or you're covering the bill for multiple people, do not ask me to split it on multiple cards in 2022 because there are a million easier options that don't get in everyone's way involved. That literally helps none of us. And if you give me 5 cards, that now is going to take 5 times longer than it should. Let me suggest a better option. How about if you buy this round, your friend buys the next round. And if they're unwilling to do that, don't go drinking with that friend. Or if you want to split every round you get, fine. There's Venmo, there's Zelle, there's the Cash App. Now let's say you're a great human being and you genuinely want to know what is an appropriate tip. Here is my advice. We're not asking you to break the bank, okay? Never. Especially if you're a bartender like me who's used to busy crowds. I'm gonna be fine, boo-boo, don't you worry. $1 is fine. Like a buck. You're cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Goodbye. But that's mainly if it's like one cocktail. Don't rack up a bill of $150 and think you can give me a $1 bill. I'm just gonna give it back to you. At that point, that's more insulting. I don't even want your money. I've done that to people. But if you're tipping per order, I always say, here's a good rule of thumb. If you're getting something like a vodka soda, a 2-ingredient cocktail, or a beer, thank you very much. $1 is very generous. If you're getting a fancy cocktail that takes a lot of time, $2 is greatly appreciated. $1 is fine. Still, thank you. Anything is appreciated in that instance. It's only the people who like to do $1 or $2 on the giant tabs. Like, no. That is not how that works, ma'am or sir, or whatever you are. I don't know how you identify. We haven't gotten there yet. Now let's say all of this is going swimmingly. Everything's going great so far. You give me your card and guess what? It's declined. Don't show me your bank account. I don't care. I believe that maybe you do have money. It could not be because of insufficient funds. I know your ego is hurt and you're a little bit embarrassed. I'm so sorry. That is actually your bank protecting you. Especially if it's in a bar and it's a charge that doesn't seem normal, it is to prevent you from being robbed. Because what gets stolen all the time other than phones and bars? People's cards, because they leave them on the fucking bar. So if your card gets declined, but you know you have money, it's fine. Breathe. Go outside. Call your bank, tell them what's going on, they'll open it back up, and go back to the bar. I don't like being yelled at. And I always get yelled at because your card doesn't work, or your bank is protecting you. How is this my problem? I'm just letting you know. So now we know how to figure out what we order, how to actually order the drink, and how to pay for it appropriately. But what if we want to make a good impression on the bartender? What are some tips and tricks? Here's a hack I always tell people to do. If you want the bartender to like you and always take care of you and keep an eye out for you, tip big in the beginning. This way, you don't have to tip them the rest of the night because you already took care of them, which makes both of our processes faster. And now you're in good standing, so I'm gonna hook you up. And if you're trying to flirt with the bartender, what did I say before? What's the one thing that's very precious to a bartender? Their time. So if they're busy, not the time. Because you know what I don't find hot? Losing money because you want to flirt. Also, please know when someone's not interested if you can. I know there are people who can't pick up on social cues. I know there's certain instances, but majority can tell when someone is not interested in that way. And remember that the bartender's at work. And I have to continue telling you everything you want to hear while staying polite. But please understand that I can't leave. I'm stuck here. It's literally entrapment. If anything, write your number on the bill. I've called people from that. That works. I will guarantee you that's better than wasting someone's time. And I think that about wraps it up. I think I covered all the bases. And if this was a lot and you're having trouble remembering everything, the one thing you have to remember, the biggest rule is just be respectful. Just be a basic, kind human being and it will always be appreciated. That's it. Shouldn't be so damn hard. But apparently it is for some people. You'd be surprised. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe for future videos. I put them out weekly, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but sometimes I'm late, just like your mom. And don't forget to follow me all across social media. You can find me everywhere at MikeMGTV. And if that's it, guys, I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all learned something from this. And if you did, you're fucking welcome. Bye.